Welcome to Collectibles with Aaron, where we will be exploring today the world of classic cars. It's exciting to see the collection of classic cars here at Barrett-Jackson, one of the world's largest car auctions. Rick, we've seen a lot of cars here in the last few days, and with all the cars that we've seen, I want to ask you, I'm thinking about starting my own car collection. I'm getting excited. Recommend two cars for me that are not super expensive that I can get my collection going with.
First of all, it's really key that you buy stuff you like. Then no matter what happens, you're happy to own it. You're happy to have it. You can do stuff with it. So I think one of the most important things is liquidity. Beginning collectors need to buy something that they can sell if they ever need the money that they've got invested in the car. So the first car that I recommend to people is a first series 65 or 66 Mustang convertible. If people are looking for something a little bit more sporty, a little bit more expensive, I think what we in the business call a straight axle Corvette, 57 through 62.
Okay.
Again, same reasons that a Mustang is useful for a beginning collector. There are enough of them around so that the prices don't fluctuate. And again, it's a car that if your dog needs cancer surgery, you can sell the car quickly for a reasonable price. There are always buyers out there waiting for a straight axle Corvette. And one of the most important things you can do when you start out is to buy absolutely the best condition car. Not the most expensive car, not the fanciest car, but the best condition car that you can afford.
Is there a way, with all the body shops around and with people that are just weekend warriors on fixing cars, is there any special tips you could tell people on if the body work was done properly?
Yeah, actually there is. There's a little thing that I do. I only have a couple of minutes to look at these cars at the auction. There just isn't much time. And so I've developed some shortcuts to help me to do that. And I'll show you one of them right now.
Okay, let's take a look. So Rick, tell me your trick.
Well, I walk around these cars all the time, looking for flaws, for things that are wonderful. One of the things that I make a point of doing is watching my reflection in the side of the car. People who go around tapping on the car and so forth really don't know what they're doing. People who know what they're doing can tell just by walking around and looking at the car whether it's done right. And you're really looking at reflections, at the way the panels fit together, how even the gaps are, how flush the fit is from one panel to another. They don't stick out. The bottoms of the door don't stick out above the fenders.
You know, I'm looking at this car and, you know, I guess I was told that it's not always a sure thing when you rub the side of a car, because these days, the older cars, they're sanding them down. So if it doesn't close properly, there are a lot more sanding them down to get them closer together.
Well, there's a lot of Bondo, a lot of filling. Bondo is a trade name, but there's a lot of plastic filler that people tend to use on these cars. You can tell often when the car has been filled. You look for little pits, little imperfections that haven't been properly smoothed out before the paint was applied. Of course, a black car is the best of all because it shows every defect. If there's ever any defect, you'll see it on a black car. On a white car, often it's a lot harder to see.